My name is Thomas Pereira. I'm from Hawaii. Eu witnessed the miracle de Naju. I know Julia since 1994 when she came to Hawaii, and I witnessed the sixth miracle in Hawaii when the Eucharist turned into flesh and blood. But after many, many years, the voice of the Blessed Mother is always calling me, come home, come here. I don't plan my trips, so if I want to come to Naju, I feel the Blessed Mother is calling me, then I will come. Like today, I arrived today. So I want to tell you something very amazing, because I didn't come here to ask the Blessed Mother for anything. I came here to tell the Blessed Mother and Jesus that I'm a sinner. I didn't come here today to ask for anything. I just came here to say, Jesus, I'm sorry. I should be here more often. I should be here to do more sacrifices for them. Every time I come here, the Blessed Mother gives me more and more miracles and graces. When I saw the Eucharistic miracle in Hawaii, the first thing I experienced was I became like a child. I cannot describe it to you. All I saw myself was I became a child as if I was in the field of flowers. In the miracle when I was with Julia. I was in Naju again on the 33rd anniversary in the mountain last year. I never asked for anything when I pray. I learned this because I was very poor, and I always just thank God that I'm alive. And I went to the mountain and I decided I better wash myself in the mountain spring and clean my body and my sins, you know. So I was bathing in the water and then I left. Something amazing happened to me. I became stronger, I became younger, I had so much energy. I didn't know what happened to me, and my friends looked at me and says, wow, you become very, very active. So, Julia taught me many things in the book of Naju. If you ever get the book of Naju, don't read it. Don't read it. Listen to it. The Blessed Mother will speak to you. Speak to one and each of you. And the way I learned from this book by listening to the Blessed Mother, there was one thing that benefited me a great deal. I saw every sin in my soul. And by listening to her like a mother, I went straight to confession. When I was in Hawaii, it's 1994, I invited Julia to the conference. Because I was planning the conference, so I says, I better not go near her because she's very special. I'm not worthy to see her. So I worked and worked, but one day she called through a friend, but after the conference to go to Mass. I was somewhere else, and then that day I was praying, Jesus, I believe you now. Jesus, I trust you. So I felt many roses, fragrance of roses coming around me.
엄청난 강한 장미향기가 그때 나는 것이었습니다.
On that day, I was invited to this Mass, and I was just praying very quietly. And then during communion, all of a sudden, I felt a strong fragrance of roses. It was in a small chapel. And then I saw Julia open her mouth, and that's when I saw body and blood, the Eucharist turn into flesh and blood. And the fragrance of roses was like in my skin. It was in my skin everywhere. That's the moment when I became like a child. I was so filled with joy. Not because I saw the miracle, but because I felt Jesus was forgiving me. And after that miracle, when I was healed of mitral valve prolapse, later on, I cried for 3 days. So, it's a big responsibility when Jesus gives you a gift. I had a mitral valve prolapse, which is my heart valve doesn't close too well. I had irregular heartbeat. But after the miracle, one day I went to see the doctor. My doctor says, thinking that everything was normal, I can't find any problem with your heart anymore. Your health is perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. I wasn't asking for anything. I only came for the good things that they gave to me, to bring me back to confession, to bring me back to communion, to thank Mother Mary, to thank Jesus. And when the Blessed Mother and I always talk to them, and I says, I never like to come out here and talk to people, but I always share it with people and tell them to come to Nashville. God bless you. Thank you very much.